Folks, good morning. You can't see it, but I got the door cracked this morning. It's like 40 degrees out. It's freaking nice. Yeah. Let's talk about van maintenance. It's kind of on my mind here a little lately. Van's just about to turn 40,000 miles, and three years old. No, 4 years old. Yeah, so it's got low miles, kind of. Kind of high miles, actually, when you think about it. Because I didn't start driving it until like 2 years after I had it. So I put like 20,000 miles on each year. I don't know if that's average or above average or what nowadays. I feel like it used to be, like, when you're calculating mileage, I feel like it used to be, for a used car anyways, I thought it used to be like 12,000. Or like most recently I thought it was 12,000. I think it used to be 10,000. Oh. Sorry, not sorry. I'm gonna yawn like crazy. I've already done transmission service on it, which it hasn't been slipping since, which is bueno. I need to, like, just do stuff instead of just pacing. Yeah, apparently the transmission fluid degrades so much, but it's an inconsistent, like, mileage and time, like, breakdown. I don't get it. But I guess it's not for me to get. That's Mercedes for you, just giving the old... I don't know. I guess I'm saying this because it's only got 40,000 miles. I shouldn't have done my first B service, like, interval service until, like, I think it was like 60,000 or 70,000 miles. It's something crazy. So, like, I shouldn't have had to do that. Anyways, it's done. Good to go. They did a couple other fluid changes that aren't your just regular oil change. Well, they were, but gear oil change in the rear diff, and they also did they did the front. Did I have them do the rear? I think I had them just do the front. Maybe that was dumb. Yeah, that might have been real dumb. Anyways, I had them do the front diff, transfer case, and transmission. That was a $1,000 bill. It was a lot less than I thought, which I'm grateful for, but also, like, it's annoying because I know I can do it. Like, it's nothing out of my capabilities. I just don't have a place to do it. No matter what, I was going to pay a bunch of money because the fluids they use are crazy money, and it's still so new and so low miles and under warranty that no matter what, if I tried to do it, I would have paid to buy the factory fluid. Especially because they have, like, the fancy synthetic diff fluid, and the transmission and the transmission and transfer case take some nice fancy synthetic shite. More butter, folks. Yeah, that side needs more. my cooking episode, half a gallon of olive oil at a time. I use about a stick of butter at a time. No biggie. Quit judging me. So I gotta go through the manual and see if there's anything for like a 40 or 50,000 mile service interval. It recommends that you don't do, or it says, you know, you don't need to do your service A service interval. They have like a service A and service B. Service A is like your check fluids, change the air filter, change the oil and oil filter, like engine oil and oil filter. Pretty much your like run of the mill shit for like a quick tune up type situation. Not even a tune up. It's not even that. It's just not being a dirtbag and take care of your car. Looking at stuff, but primarily only changing your engine oil. It says you don't do that until you do it every 20,000 miles. So in theory, I should have only changed the oil once already. That's a complete lie, and I don't know. I don't believe in that. And maybe I'm just like old school. Thanks, Dad, for like drilling this in my head. But I just don't trust that. I don't trust that one bit. Oil and technology has come a long way between the synthetics and the detergents and stuff they put in there. But I just do not feel comfortable running that engine oil for 20,000 miles. That is nuts. Like, that's crazy. That is so much. Yeah, just not, I don't do that. I've done quite a few oil changes. At least 3, probably 4 already. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've done 4 in 40,000 miles. Like, I usually go, that makes sense, because I like to do it around 10,000. I cut theirs in half. Like, I feel like that's more acceptable. I really start thinking about it and gathering, whether it be material or figuring out where I'm going to do it, around the 8,000 mile mark. Which I feel like is pretty standard for synthetics. Yeah. There's Pilot bebopping around the parking lot. Something that I was real nervous about when I crashed the van the second time was talking to the dude at the dealership. I didn't realize that this van has a lot of like specific parts that you can't necessarily like, alright, it has components on it that you cannot change parts on. Specifically, it should last the lifetime of the vehicle, hopefully. The drive shaft, which is like a 3.5, 4-piece drive shaft, because it goes so far. Like the transmission tail shaft is like probably up by the driver's seat, and it goes to like over here. Like that's a long drive shaft, and it's got a couple carrier bearings, and it's got several pieces. But the guy at the dealership, when I was getting my service done, holy smokes, was saying that they don't list and they don't kind of, I guess, authorize, the changing of the U-joints on that. And I was nervous when I crashed the van because this thing went sliding sideways on a hill with the hill in the middle of the van. Did you see that? I pulled that and didn't even think about the eggs. If this is the van, it was sliding sideways on a hill, and I know it rubbed the gas tank, and I was nervous that it fudged up the drive shaft, but it didn't, or at least not enough for me to notice any vibrations while driving, so that's good. Yeah, and I guess kind of something else on that with the whole van crash thing is I need tires. I've already gotten a flat tire in this thing back in Alaska, and it was so bad that I couldn't even patch that tire. I tried. I'm not talking plug it with the strips. I'm talking patch from the inside. Take it off the rim, patch it from the inside. Wouldn't hold. So I had to get a used tire as a spare because I wasn't paying no brand new tire price for a spare tire, you know. Is what it is kind of thing. But in reality, I probably should have, because the spare that is on the van from the factory is a full size, like, matching spare. So I should have purchased a brand new tire, had 2 brand new tires, put them on either the front or back, whatever I was deciding at that point, and then whatever good tire I dismounted, you know, moved it to the spare. But oh well, live and learn. I need tires here very soon. I'm really going to try to hold off until I have a job, so I don't have to go putting it on a credit card. But that's another maintenance thing. I would be able to do, well, I used to be able to do tires on my own. He's gone exploring. Where is it? Oh, hello. You're back. I used to have access to a tire machine and balancer and all that, so that used to be like freaking primo. Don't have that anymore. Oh well. I'll be paying full price to whoever I go to get them changed. I don't know what I want to go with. Whether I want to go with like an all-terrain, nothing crazy, or if I just want to go with, you know, a factory, like, street tire type situation. Not factory, because these have not lasted that long, I don't feel like. I'm probably just bitching, but 40,000 miles, I'm like, dang, man, like. But also, I gotta remember, this thing's loaded to the gills. She is heavy. And I haven't rotated the tires nearly as much as I should have. I really should do that a lot more often. Like a lot. Especially because of how much weight's in the back. Until I can afford to do a suspension upgrade on the back there. Which even then, like, I still should rotate them, but I don't think I'll need to do it nearly as often as I should be doing it now because of the weight issue. Yeah. What else about maintenance? I haven't been doing any maintenance to the interior, and I should. I need to. Gosh, I feel like such a dirtbag, like, thinking of all the things I should do that I just don't do. I'm like, you're a piece of shit. Well, is what it is. I'll just BP shit. I should go through all the nuts and bolts and just snug them up, make sure everything's good. What I really should do is check out all the connections on my electrical items, make sure nothing's loosened up in the, you know, gosh, I mean, I don't think I've ever freaking checked them. Actually, I did when I had an issue, but it's because only because I had an issue did I check stuff. So I really need to do that. What else? I cleaned my water tank before I got here, so that was good. There's already crud in it, even though I filter all my water before I put it in there. Somehow shit gets in there. Don't know how. I don't know. Maybe it's part of having a dog. My cleanliness standards have gone way down since having a dog. Way down. Like, you can't avoid it. Literally cannot avoid it. I think I brushed like 50 pounds of hair off of him yesterday. I've kind of given up on like it being like a hair-free area. Like, it's pointless. Don't get me wrong, I don't just like let hair build up on my like kitchen stuff or whatever. Like, no, that's gross. But it's quite literally impossible to have like zero hair on it. You know, you're gonna find one. It's gonna happen. Especially because I like the windows down. Especially because I have a forced hot air heater. So that's just blowing muck around. Jeez, butter, what the heck? I put 50 pounds of you on here. 50 pounds is my thing now. 50 pounds of hair, 50 pounds of butter, half a gallon of oil. What the heck, the eggs are sticking. Oh well. What else maintenance-wise? Yeah, really that's kind of it. I don't need to worry about too much on the interior. I need to check the nuts and bolts. Like, that's a thing I really should do, especially on the electrical stuff. Just so there's no loose connections. Nothing wants to make an arc for any type of reason and cause an issue. That would be bad. That would be very, very bad. It's kind of course, I'm going to say this, it's kind of a maintenance-free situation on the interior. I said it, and now something's going to fucking break. But as far as, like, periodic maintenance, I mean, there really isn't anything. The water pump is a sealed unit. You can't oil anything or maintain the bearings or anything like that. The furnace, I'm not going to, per se, maintain it until it breaks, just because I don't really have the means to, or this, like, an area to. That's a workbench fix type thing. And I can turn this into a workbench, put a bunch of towels down, rags, be good to go. It's fine. I'm willing to do that. But when doing that, the maintenance on it, I don't want to jinx it, but if it quits working, it's not like, obviously I won't run it because it's not going to work. But when that happens, I'm not going to make things worse by leaving it unmaintained, if that makes sense. You know, like, if it breaks, cool, well, I'm shit out of luck. I don't have heat, I don't have hot water. I won't run it, so I won't make it worse. And then when I get to a place that I can fix it or have some time or whatever, I can get it done. I have a rebuild. It's not a rebuild kit. It's a basic maintenance kit for the furnace with the gaskets and screens and stuff. But about the only thing to go on that would be a glow plug. Those are pretty spendy, like $200-300 for a singular glow plug. And then I'm going to need a couple special tools to do that job. Yeah, so the furnace is pretty much maintenance free. The water system's maintenance free, unless something breaks. It's not preventative maintenance. There's no preventative maintenance to do. Yeah, so it's mainly on the van, so just keeping up on the oil change and fluids and all that kind of stuff. I gotta pop in the manual and check what's due. There's probably something at 60,000, probably not 40, but it would be good to start budgeting for it. Not like I can really budget right now anyways, because I don't even have an income. Yeah. Yep. Alright. That's it. I'm gonna eat breakfast. Where the hell is Pilot? Weird. He's just like laying down at the front of the van staring into the field. I don't know. Okay. Folks, have a good rest of your day. Yep. That's all I got. Cheers.